Yo, what's up guys? This is Sean Tan and today we are in Potpourri, Ara Damansara. So guys, we are now in the car park area and you can see, right, actually it's the construction, it's actually very well done because it's actually done by Chan. For those who don't know Chan, right, they are the developers for Uptown Damansara, Uptown Residents, and they are pretty established in the market. And the best thing about the car park is that it's open air, meaning it's at ground floor. That's the best car park ever. So next to the clubhouse, right, you can already see the entrance and the lobby for drop-off, right. It's so well done and you can tell the difference in between like developers, right, is by the ceiling treatments. Because developers, right, when they are really into construction details, floor, wall, that's the usual because that's to the bare eye, right. But if you have more requirements, it's actually the ceiling. Once we reach the lift lobby, it's quite important because every day you're gonna pass by, right? And it's pretty lit, meaning it's very, the daylight is very well done. What's up guys, this is a 871 square feet 1+1 bedroom unit with 2 toilets. Yeah, let me give you a tour. So once you reach the unit, there's a panel like this that you can actually allow your visitor to scan the face before you allow them to come in. So it's another dimension. Last time it's only call, now it's actually with monitor. So the switch, and you will see that that's the living room, that's the kitchen. And so this unit is actually fully furnished, and when they purchased this, right, I think it's 4 years ago, it's already very premium at almost 800 to 700 to 800 per square feet already. So I think now the asking price would be higher. And now we are in the master bedroom, and if you notice the master bedroom, you can actually fit a king size bed, and it's what you can see though. But the material and the best thing about if you buy a fully furnished unit, right, it's all these colors of the wallpaper, the bed frame, the ceiling light, all are well coordinated, and that is always the trouble of an owner who wish to do themselves. So you have the sink, you have the WC, and you have a shower area, and it's very spacious for a master bedroom, where you still have all these cabinets for your toiletries, right? Next, we move on to the +1. Then this +1, it's a bit more vague, right? All the people, what's the +1? +1 is a smaller room that you can only fit a single bed, right? You can only fit a single bed. Then it can be a study room, it can be an office, it can be another person's room, but just that it's a bit more cramped. However, if you purchase in fully furnished, right, you actually feel that the space is quite delicate, meaning it's very decorated, and I don't actually mind staying here. A bit cramped, but as a single bachelor, right, why not? So you have also all the cabinet space, and the ceiling is also pretty well done. Okay, let's check out the toilet. So you can always tell the difference when it's actually roca, and you have all these fittings. Shower, that's awesome. Most often the time, how you differentiate a good developer and a bad developer, right? I won't say bad lah, but of a different class, is the details and the brands of electrical goods as well as the sanitary fittings. So like Roca, Johnson Swiss, then Grohe, then American Standard. That's the brands that maybe if you want to really like purchase fully furnished, right? Ask what are the brands. So the simple example is like fridge or hood and hob, right? So we are now at the kitchen area. They're giving Bosch. We have also Bosch fridge. I'll show you guys something cool. This is the area to the workspace and the yard. Okay. And easily this kind of lock system, right, and furnitures or cabinet system is actually pretty costly. And again, Bosch washing machine, working cabinets, lots of storage space, I like it. And that's your aircon compressor, and that's the view. So with cabinets like this, right, it means that the developer actually well thought of the spacious or the space efficiency, meaning sometimes you just go to units where there's a lot of corridor space. Corridor space are the worst usage of a space. So if you notice that although this is like 800 over square feet, it's pretty okay. You don't feel as cramped. One thing I must always remind, right? For those who have not stayed in the high-rise before, you need to find where's the refills. And the treatment of the refills also represents the treatment and the brand of the developer. So this developer is very thoughtful, where you see there's a different set of room where you have all the electrical, the fire staircase, and this is the refuse room, and this is where you throw your rubbish. And they actually separate out the service lift also, meaning like contractors or maintenance people, they will use this lift instead of the main lifts for the customers or residents. The current design, right, is really catering to the modern lifestyle of youths today, right? So although the unit may be like small, like 700 over square feet or 800 over square feet, but then they compensate that space in terms of facilities. So I went through around already. It took me around like 8 minutes to just fully explore the facility deck, right? So that's the green maze, if you need some green maze. So just now we were at the child's play, and then there's very cool items like the water pavilion, nice. So instead of making one whole stretch of big long one, it will be so easier to construct and cheaper. But what they did is they separate you with water bodies and landscapes, so you have your own private thing. Imagine if you are doing your yoga or your meditation, right? Also, there are some ground units, right? Let me show you. So there are ground units like this, and if you look at the treatment of the landscape, it actually provides enough privacy for those units. You can't really visually look through, but it's good enough, right? So there's just huge plots of landscape, everywhere landscape. You can also notice that from the drone shots. Then there are interesting features like this, where it's in the bridge unit. Maybe I would really want to check out one of those units to see how is it like, what's the floor treatment like. Child's pool right next to the jacuzzi, and again you will really see the landscape covering the showering area. Next to the swimming pool would be the gym, and there are also dining areas at the side, so overlooking at the water body. And one thing you notice also, the swimming pool, right, is actually elevated. It means that in the basement you won't have such a deep, only construction people will understand this lah. After the swimming pool, we have the barbecue area. So if you look at the extensiveness of the facility, right, it's quite mind-blowing. I visited so many projects. This is the facility that I'm most amazed with, besides Fennel. So Fennel and this, but this one has that scale. Because of 700 over units, right, and this pocket of facility that it actually gives space to all residents. And block to block, we don't have the overlooking issue as much because the focus will be at the facility there. And then there's a lot of green landscapes, treatments, so again you won't feel the architecture is very hard. Also, if you look into the gym room, right, there's TRX equipment, there are punching bags, there are less conventional, like I would say, package, like it's a treadmill, the 4-in-1 machine. Those are standard, but then if you notice, they actually respond to the trend, which is 4 years back. They give you all the modern lifestyle and facilities that caters to today's lifestyle of people. Very interesting. As if the facilities downstairs at the swimming pool deck is not enough, right? They even provide this audio visual room where you enter. It's like a karaoke. You have your pillow space, and let me show you guys what's interesting. It's like the movies. So if you come into this space, you'll notice this is for you to host your friends in watching movies. How cool is that? After that, there's games room where there's foosball tables, and it's not those like just put in the middle of nowhere. It's a dedicated room for foosball. If all that is not enough, right, let me show you guys the lifestyle lounge. We have just finished the tour of the property, and it's time for Sean take 3 on 3. The 3 things I like, number 1 would definitely be the facilities. The facilities is like on steroids. There's so many things, even from the facility deck, right? Once you arrive there, the swimming pool, the landscape, the pavilions, the child's play, the barbecue pit, the AV room, the lifestyle lounge. As if that is not enough, then there's a separate clubhouse just for the residents itself, and even the developer is also using the space currently because they are still some units. Number 2 is the unit layout itself. So although it's 1+1 for a 700 over square feet, right, it's not very big or not very small. I think it's just nice, but the ID treatment of it, the cabinetry, there's a lot of storage space, so every inch counts. Last of all, I think the developer's reputation is very on point. The handwork, the design, the construction methods, the cleanliness, even the car park slab, right? the ceiling slab is even, so tidy. People usually don't give a lot of effort on this kind of thing because cannot see, not many people know. But as an industry player itself, 3 things that I don't like. Number 1 will actually be a leasehold project, but leasehold is not a very huge problem. You just need consent and it takes longer time to transact. But leasehold is already going for this kind of price. That leads to point number 2, which is the price. When they buy, it's around 700 800 per square feet, but it's already at its peak 3 years ago. Nobody would actually thought like, holy shit, why am I paying so much for an Ara Damansara project? But now it's easily going for 1,000 and above. So those people who made the first purchase, congratulations. Last of all, the location itself is not exactly an A location. I think it's a B- location, but nevertheless, you still have the airport, Subang Airport nearby. You have a mall next to you. The accessibility may not be the most prime, but you can see the details of the developer, right? How willing are they to put in effort on details? Even you look at the bus stop, it's designed with the theme of the development. So that's all for this episode. I think pretty impressive. I think it's easily one of the best projects in Ara Damansara currently. And that's all. If you like this video, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more property reviews like this. Until next time, I will see you guys soon. Ciao.